On November 5th, Travis Scott had his Astroworld concert that ultimately killed 10 of his fans and injured dozens. Since then, he and his team has tried everything in their power to clean up his image and his reputation. But lately, things aren't going as smoothly, and he recently violated a gag order, so let's get into it. So many of you guys have been asking for an Astroworld update, and I agree with you that I don't believe that Travis Scott should be able to get away with this. At first, it looked like he was going to be able to get away because the medical examiner's office looked at these 10 dead fans, and they determined that their death was accidental, which makes it more difficult to press charges. Unfortunately, these people passed away from asphyxia, so they weren't able to breathe because they were being crushed by the crowd. For some reason, it took them weeks to determine that these people passed away from choking, from lack of oxygen. And I think it's interesting that they waited so many weeks to put that out. And ultimately, it gave Travis some time because it alleviated some of the public pressure. People started moving on, and they weren't really keeping up with what the medical examiners had to say or what the police have to say. So far, nobody has been charged in this investigation, but Travis did try to pay off the victims' families and pay for their funerals, but these families did not want his money. And as the months have gone by since Astroworld, I have seen Travis's team try different ways to fix his reputation, and recently he announced a new venture. So Travis has come out with a project called Project Heal, which is his way of trying to fix his reputation. Supposedly, he has invested $5 million to reinvest through this program into communities in Texas, which sounds great, but I doubt that he's using his own personal money. I'm sure it's like TriStar or his management team who, coughed up the $5 million for this Project Heal. They write that Project Heal has 4 pillars meant to help young people, especially those from marginalized and at-risk communities, which is great. They're giving scholarships, some free mental health, but again, what is the real purpose of this project? Well, now Travis is being accused of trying to manipulate these jurors in the lawsuit so they could see, like, you know what, Travis is a good guy. He's over here creating this whole, Project Heal. Like, he's not evil, he's not responsible, and this is problematic because when you're a part of such a national lawsuit, you can't, push these PR moves, this propaganda to try to shift public focus. This is giving major Kris Jenner energy, but pretty much on March 28th, when Travis released this whole Project Heal situation, he actually violated a gag order because you're not supposed to go out and publicly speak about this situation. At the time that Project Heal was announced, many, including some of the victims' families, were quick to dismiss it as nothing more than a PR stunt, aiming to save Scott's ass. Oh my gosh, who wrote this freaking article? They're spicy. One of the victims, Ezra, her family, told the Rolling Stone he's pretty much trying to sway the jurors before they're even assembled. He's trying to make himself look good, but it doesn't look that way to someone with our eyes. What we're seeing is that he's done wrong, and now he's trying to be the good guy and trying to give his own verdict on safety. There's a lot of different parts of Project Heal, and I think part of it is helping to implement safety measures, which is important. Like, obviously those should have been implemented like a long time ago, but I totally agree with this victim's grandmother that I also I agree that like he's just doing this to try to make the public believe he's a good guy before we even have jurors, which I don't even know how like they're gonna find jurors who aren't biased in the situation. But violating a gag order is a big deal, and the judge is not going to like this because it's a national case. And honestly, I don't understand why he would do this in the first place, because he has a team of lawyers. He has so many people behind him. They know what they're doing. Some of these attorneys who are challenging Travis Scott and Live Nation have told the court that the use of his social media is a dented power of order. Because again, like, this is not a common situation. He has a lot of power, a lot of influence here, and he could totally affect the investigation and the judge's ruling. Travis wrote, well, his team, or whoever writes his caption, wrote, "My team and I created Project Heal to take much needed action towards supporting real solutions that make all events the safest spaces they can possibly be. I will always honor the victims of the Astroworld tragedy who remain in my heart forever." Kind words, but again, this is intended to manipulate people into thinking that he's got like this kind heart and that he really cares about these people. And maybe he does. I mean, I'm not in his head, but I don't know. Something about it just doesn't feel authentic. I mean, you guys remember his apology was such absolute BS.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know.
The purpose of this gag order is to stop everyone from trying to influence the public, whether it's the attorneys or it's Travis Scott. And again, this person was quoted saying that his actions did affect and dent the power of your order, the judge's order. So, I mean, hopefully he's gonna like be reprimanded for this, because you can't just go and disrespect the judge. I'm so over celebrities acting like they're above the law. Like, I would never, if the judge orders something, you follow suit. And this same lawyer has previously accused Travis of violating the gag order with the announcement of his initiative. I mean, this project is intended to put money into concert safety. Again, look at me. I'm the good guy. I'm fixing what happened. I mean, like, he's trying to act like he wasn't the problem to begin with. And it looks like the Judge Hawkins, Judge Hawkins, also included Travis in this gag order. So yes, he did violate it, because sometimes it's just the attorneys. No, it's him as well. So we'll have to see if he gets in trouble. And currently, some of these lawyers are seeking a lot of money, like $10 billion in damages. I mean, this one guy, Brent Kuhn, he's representing 1,500 concert goers. So there's a lot of people in this case, and there's still a lot of public pressure. So ultimately, I hope there is justice for these concert goers, because I can't imagine having a loved one go to a concert and leave traumatized, injured, or worse, they don't leave at all. And it makes me, like, I literally said a prayer for the families before doing this, because as I was researching it, just like, I don't know, it hits home. There's like, I think we all can relate to tragedy in certain ways. And I think anytime something tragic happens, we all kind of come together, because there is a sense of bond that we experience these things. And it's like, I don't know, it's comforting to have other people who also care and who want to see justice. And so many of you guys have been interested in what's going on in this case. So I wanted to make sure I keep you guys up to date. But I do want to talk to you guys about a documentary movie situation that's coming out. I want to kind of react to it together, because it's kind of rubbing me the wrong way, but maybe I'm just being like dramatic. I don't know. But there's a trailer we're going to watch together. And let's go ahead and talk about this movie called Concert Crush. Maybe it's the name that's rubbing me wrong, like Concert Crush. It's just like these people were crushed to death, so calling it Concert Crush just seems like it's kind of, I don't know, being a little dismissive of how they passed away, but I guess they're just trying to like create a catchy, film title. So Concert Crush is a documentary about the tragedy at last November's Astroworld Festival, where 10 people died and hundreds were injured. The movie is actually being shown in Texas, which I think is interesting that it's like really only being shown in Texas. I went to the documentary's website, and as you guys can see, they have a flyer, they have dates. It looks like it's going to be playing at the end of April in a few select theaters. Interesting, it's not playing in Houston, Texas, because that's where the incident happened, so you think they would have it there. But yeah, this movie is all about it, and I'm assuming they're going to interview a bunch of different people and families. So I want to go ahead and react to this with you guys. I will link the trailer below if you want to go and watch it for yourself, but let's go ahead and see what this documentary is going to be all about. I'm scared. I'm gosh, why am I scared? Stop.
He interacts with his crowd and he gets them excited, he gets them hyped, and then the rage is what draws people in every single time.
And you could tell the lack of security, it just all seemed chaotic.
The energy wasn't the same as in 2019 and 2018. Like the year of them not having Astroworld because of COVID and everything, the aggression was like 10 times worse.
Like any other teenager who's waited so long for this concert, we didn't have the mindset of, oh, this is gonna go to hell.
And everyone's body weight is kind of like leaning up against you. So you're kind of like not standing anymore, you're like moving with the wave of the people.
Me and my girlfriend had to like put our arm on each other to gain like leverage and kind of like breathe the air that we could find in the air. It would switch.
People were just laying all over the floor. I couldn't even tell who was dead or who was alive. It was just sad because people were getting CPR, purple faces.
Somebody passing over here. Hold on, don't touch him, don't touch him. Somebody just back up. Security, somebody help jump in real quick.
How could you not see people who were right there in front of you saying, we need help?
An ambulance is making the way through a crowd. And he says, hey, what's going on? What's that over there? We have video of people going in the back of the concert and informing his entourage or team that somebody is down close to the stage and they cannot move and they're passed out and can't breathe and possibly dead. The show must go on for Mr. Scott, I guess, meant, you know, people are going to die and we're just going to keep going.
We're speaking for the ones that aren't able to speak anymore.
It was okay. Why did I think it was gonna be like way more dramatic? But that was pretty triggering, just seeing like the clips again and just like hearing people talk about it. But oh shit. At the end of the day, Astroworld isn't going anywhere. It's gonna be like Fire Festival, where people look back on it and they're like, what the hell was that? And I really do think there needs to be justice in some way. Whether it's Travis Scott personally or Live Nation, there needs to be justice for these victims. And I pray for these people. And I'm sending condolences and good vibes to everyone. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's my email if you have any other video ideas for me. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.